story, but first a warning. His report does contain graphic images.
Halloween horror and heartbreak. In Seoul's popular nightlife district, nightmare scenes. The narrow alleys of ITaewon lined with lifeless bodies, many in costume. Frantic first responders trying to save them.
This is a row of stretchers that we initially thought were waiting for potential survivors of this incident at a Halloween party where thousands of people were packed into a relatively tight area. But in fact, we've now realized that these stretchers are being used to bring back bodies, and we've just seen body after body rolling past here.
Most of those hurt or killed in their late teens and 20s, the local fire chief says. Young people from South Korea and beyond. Witnesses say Itaewon's iconic Halloween festivities always draw an international crowd. This video on Twitter shows an apparent lack of crowd control. A sea of bodies pouring into a tiny area. An ominous warning telling people to be careful. Police and emergency crews rushed to the scene shortly after 10 p.m. local Saturday night. Yonhap news agency reported emergency lines flooded with calls from people in the packed area saying they were stuck, suffocating. Some who fell down apparently crushed under a growing pile of people. Official causes of death not confirmed, but Yonhap reporting dozens suffered cardiac arrest.
And I saw the people going to the left side, and I actually saw the person actually get into the opposite side. So actually the person in the middle, they got jammed, and they have no way to communicate, and they cannot breathe.
The fire chief calls this a presumed stampede. The investigation is ongoing. Social media video shows emergency crews struggling, pulling injured and unconscious victims from the narrow alleyways, still jammed with hundreds, if not thousands, of people. South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol holding an emergency cabinet meeting. The tragic incident now being treated as a national disaster. Authorities say hospital beds and morgues filling up fast. President Yoon making rapid identification of victims a top priority. Anxious families and friends desperately waiting for word, waiting for loved ones who left for a night of Halloween fun and haven't come home. Will Ripley, CNN, Seoul.